Florence is starting to get in our rearview mirror a little bit. But the true meaning of hurricane, Harry Kane, the spirit of the African woman who has been stolen, beaten, raped, murdered, and thrown overboard the slave ships en route to the enslaved lands. This is why all the hurricanes start at the same point of exodus of Africa, the post of the Atlantic slave trade, and hit every stop where slaves were sold, all through the Caribbean and the American coasts. You still think hurricanes are a normal phenomenon and natural phenomenon when they're all originating from the same?
Look at that geocolor image of this would be your wide tropical Atlantic view. Now they want to cook up a tropical system. So you can see here off the coast of Africa, you just see all the aerosols being laid through here. I mean, a ton. See them cooking up the steam generation here over the Caribbean islands, Puerto Rico, Haiti, and all that, up through here to where I was talking about the Gulf. Now, they'll be generating this steam. They said it's about a 70% chance within 5 days of a tropical system developing. You can see all the seeding going on and all the steam generation running from the Gulf all the way to the western coast of Africa. All this seeding here going on, the aerosol being laid by the planes.
In here Wednesday 150 miles an hour, then Thursday 140 tomorrow. This thing's trucking. Well, do the math, folks. I don't know, but it doesn't look like that's more than 1,000 miles, 1,200 miles out. And if it's moving at 150 miles an hour, how long would it take to get on shore? Do the math. And then look at this. Purple is category 4, 130 to 156 miles an hour. Along the projected path of Florence, a direct hit again into South Carolina and North Carolina on the Outer Banks there. But look at again, Wednesday 2 p.m. this thing's moving, but as soon as it gets on shore, it goes from 150 miles an hour down to tropical storm, folks. It goes down to a tropical storm and then just starts circulating and radiating. I don't know, this huge wall of water. Who knows what's going to happen? But notice how, it doesn't make any sense when you think about it, about how this is coming in. For one, the direction it's coming in. Two, how did they know so far ahead? And three, we have history of hurricanes that go on, and they tend to do like Irma did last year, was hit Cuba, make a right, dissipate, and die out. And it wasn't nearly, but it always had that kind of hockey stick move where it came. Well, it's Florence the Inferno, or as we're going to read here, the legend of Raffolio del Diavolo, and butchered that, I'm sure. Crossing Piazza Duomo, you will suddenly find yourself in a vortex. Behind this phenomenon lies an ancient legend, one which requires explanation. Near Via del Studio, you feel a breeze that in colder months turns into intense wind. A strange atmospheric phenomenon that hides behind a disquieting legend. It is said that a long time ago, the devil chased a priest through the streets of Florence, trying as hard as he could to steal his soul. Oh, man.
Trading LLC out of Abu Dhabi in the UAE. Now this is just verifying the video we did last night about how you have to pay for your weather for decades to come, which allows to control the weather, temperature, precipitation, increasing the groundwater level. All this can be done at predetermined area for pre-assigned period of time. Now they've been doing this for over 30 years. For the case of D, they've developed this unique technology, impact on climate processes without any chemical components, and they're talking about the chemtrails or the heavy metals coming out of the jet fuel. The purpose of these technologies is a climate change, a reduction of average annual, seasonal, and monthly temperature, precipitation increases in several times. This results of impacts is to establish a particular region. They say they are the only company in the world that can perform the following task on large areas: rise of groundwater level, elimination of factors generating dust storms, changing in average levels of precipitation in a given area, changing maximum and average temperature in a given territory, reduction of groundwater salinity, the creation of filing of freshwater reservoirs. The impact area and specific time and interval is determined by the customer.